Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. A tag team heel turn. Bayley loses the title in her hometown, and Chris Jericho's just been drafted to Smackdown. Kind of. I guess it's more of a shakeover to Smackdown. I'm Oli Davis, and I'm still confused how the superstar shakeup works. This is WWE Payback 2017 in about 4 minutes. Galanderson dominated the opening match until Enzo got a last-minute roll-up. It was a completely throwaway contest, so perfect for the pre-show. Finn Balor's got a great look, entrance music, and he can wrestle. Unfortunately, he's not that good on the mic and is much smaller than most of the roster. How do we hide those perceived flaws? Put him in an in-ring promo segment and have The Miz call him short. Luckily, there are a few better talkers than The Miz, who effortlessly carried this segment. But yet again, he found himself the chump getting beaten up by Balor. This was a neatly thought out match, back referencing their WrestleMania encounter where Kevin Owens used his finger for a Walls of Jericho rope break. But this time, Y2J had a response, crushing KO's hand between the ring steps. Not like it matters though. We all know Jericho's off the tour with his band Fozzy in May. Swerve! Jericho beat Owens to become the United States champion and the latest addition to the Smackdown roster. He'll probably end up dropping it to Mojo Rawley or someone on Tuesday night, but really, this is the way the KO Jericho feud needed to end. The betrayed babyface overcoming the wicked heel. Austin, Aries and Neville had a cracking 10-minute match where Neville took the DQ loss, pulling over the referee. This smartly continues his feud with Aries using yet another dirty finish. Patched together with chewing gum and sellotape, Matt Hardy was his most broken yet, leading delete chants, laughing like a maniac, and saying tremendous. When Cesaro put him in the swing, Corey Graves even said on commentary, Matt's going to think he's in a different universe after this. Jeff tried to join in on the broken fun, but took it way too literally and lost a tooth. Sheamus and Cesaro turned heel on the Hardys after losing, dishing out a vicious beatdown using the ring post. This makes the dynamics in Raw's tag team division infinitely more exciting. Bayley got a huge reaction in her hometown for this match, but that's exactly where her downfall lies. She wrestled in her hometown. Alexa Bliss beat her in a decent match to become the first ever holder of both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. The mysterious House of Horror stipulation ended up being half pre-taped horror film, half in-ring match. Using the supreme acting skill Randy Orton learned in 12 Rounds 2 Reloaded, the Viper walked around a creepy house, occasionally pausing to say, "What the hell?" to then be surprise attacked by Bray Wyatt. It was ridiculous and the wrong interpretation of Bray's character. He's a cult leader, not a supernatural force. But that said, this was really fun. Later in the night, Wyatt and Orton made it to the ring where Bray picked up the pinfall win after Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers interfered. You heard me right. Bray Wyatt actually won the blow-off match to a feud. Samoa Joe worked over Seth Rollins' knee for the majority of their match, where one beautifully selected replay showed Seth screaming, "Motherfucker," in slow motion. His knee injured, Seth needed the fluke win, pinning Joe off a rear naked choke. Their feud ain't over, folks. Say what you will about Roman Reigns being shoved down our throats or how he should be a heel, but the criticism that he can't wrestle just doesn't stand up. He put on another really good match with Braun Strowman here, based around his fantastic selling of the left shoulder. And to WWE's credit, it was exactly what the match needed to be. Roman doing his valiant best while injured, but succumbing to Strowman's might in the end. Following the match, Braun continued to beat up Reigns with the steel steps to chants of "Thank you, Strowman." So that was WWE Payback 2017 in about 4 minutes. Here's Raw's ratings recap from top to bottom in awe, core, average, poor, and bore. I'll reveal my rating for the show in a moment, but first vote in the poll above my head to give it your own score. I'll announce the results in tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. This was a surprisingly solid show with a really exciting heel turn, shock victories from Jericho and Bliss, a perfectly booked main event with Strowman going over strong, and an endearingly awful House of Horrors match. Payback is core. Find out exactly why Chris Jericho's US title win was so shocking, because his last scheduled WWE date is tonight, and WWE are raiding TNA Impact Wrestling's roster for talent. Learn more by clicking the videos to the left and press subscribe. I've been Oli Davis, and that was wrestling.